Raider Nation, what's good? This is your boy Darth Raider, and I'm here with you with my Week 7 preview of the Las Vegas Raiders against the Houston Texans. What's up, everyone? Thank you for checking in and checking out my preview coming up between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Houston Texans coming up on Sunday at 1:05 Pacific. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some injuries. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the Houston Texans themselves. Of course, we're going to have our keys to the game and some predictions as well. All right, so taking a look at the injuries for this week, we got Jayon Brown, we got Hunter Renfrow, and we got Matt Collins, all listed as questionable. They all seem to be on track to be playing this week, so hopefully we'll be able to see them onto the field. So Darren Waller is officially out for this Sunday's game. His hamstring is still bothering him. Although it's not great for him not to be out in the field, I think health is the number one priority for him at this point right now. So let's hope he go ahead and heals up ASAP, because we do need him for the rest of the season. All right, so Houston is coming in as one of the worst teams in the NFL. NFL.com has them ranked 31st versus our 16th. They are talented in very few positions, a couple of them in the secondary. The wide receiver position is very limited, although they do have Brandon Cooks, and also they have a stud running back, rookie running back, I should say, Dameon Pierce. We're going to go ahead and talk about that in the keys of the games, but those are a couple of people that I want to look at. So once again, for the Houston Texans, I think the most talented / weapons that we got going on for them is going to be wide receiver Brandon Cooks, running back Dameon Pierce, cornerback Derek Stingley Jr., and strong safety Jalen Petrie. So I was able to pull up some team stats, and as you see here, the Houston Texans are in the lower tier of the NFL, ranked 26th in passing yards at 192 yards per game. Rushing yards, they're 22nd at right under 100 with 99.2 yards per game. Points for, they're ranked 26th at 17.2 points per game, and points against, it's about 19.8 points per game, ranking them 13th. So as you can see, they don't score too much, but also they don't allow too many points to be scored against them as well. And taking a look at our stats for this season so far, keep in mind this is after the bye week. We are ranked 12th in passing yards at 239.2 yards per game. Rushing, we're ranked 15th at 121.4. We're also allowing 26 points per game, ranking us at 28th in the league. Points, we are ranked tied for 6th at 25.0. I'm not too sure if you guys haven't noticed this year, but the point scoring has been down compared to the years past. I also pulled up these stats right here. As you guys can see, we are obviously averaging a lot more scoring than they are. Just kind of want to show you guys a little bit of a comparison between both teams. As you can see, we're outgaining them in both passing yards and rushing yards, but they are allowing more rushing yards compared to our rushing yards allowed. Where it's a little bit similar to both teams is going to be passing yards allowed. As you can see down here, it's about maybe like 9 yards per game. So it's really close between both. All right, guys, we talked injuries. We took a look at the Texans, see how they compare to us. And then let's go ahead and move forward with the keys to the game. So my keys to the game, as I've been preaching the last few weeks, is run the ball, regardless if it's Josh Jacobs. I want to see a little bit of Zeus in there as well, but Josh Jacobs has produced 140 yards plus rushing in the last 2 games. For the season, he's averaged around 5.3 yards per carry. That is absolutely great considering all the offensive line woes that we had earlier in the season, all this like uneasiness and unsureness of where, they might be stacking up. They're obviously doing a great job in the run game, not so much in the pass game. Hopefully we can go ahead and kind of balance that out a little bit. I'm hoping to see that during this game, actually. My second key to the game is limiting Dameon Pierce. This kid has been averaging 4.8 yards per carry this year. He's also averaging 4.4 yards per catch. So what that tells me is that the offense is, solely kind of focusing on him, using him obviously for their running plays, but also, they're going to be mixing it up with some screens, along with some dump off passes, just to kind of get in the ball in open spaces. So, watch out for him, limit his production, because once we limit him, we're going to be able to force David Mills, their quarterback, to be throwing a lot more. And let's be honest, besides Brandon Cooks, they don't have a lot to talk about when it comes to their wide receiving core. And my final key to the game is going to be no turnovers. I say that right now because the Houston Texans have 6 interceptions, 11 sacks throughout the season. Some of the key players that I spoke about earlier, like Derek Stingley, I believe he has 4 interceptions this season. And the strong safety, Jalen Petrie, he's got 2 interceptions. Also, I did see Derek Carr mention earlier this week during the pressers that it was one of the fastest defenses he's ever seen. So, watch out for them. It looks like these guys are flying around. It kind of also seems, to be honest with you, I haven't watched too much Houston Texans football. From what I'm gathering is that their defense is kind of keeping this offense in games. So, in my opinion, we have to watch out for those guys. We have to limit the turnovers. Hopefully we won't have any turnovers and keep on schedule during drives. That way we can wear out that defense and it'll obviously help us out towards the end of the game. All right, guys, so this is prediction time. Me personally, I think it's going to be a closer game than what a lot of people think. There's a lot of people that say like, hey, we should be blowing these guys out. This should be easy money, no problem. Keep in mind, their defense is really good, really fast. We haven't been doing too well offensively as well. Ultimately, I do think that we come out with the victory with the score of 28-24. This will be the first win after the bye and hopefully catapult us to make a great, strong run for the rest of the season. There's a couple articles out there that say that we have the potential to win 10 out of the next 12 games. I don't know. I think that's a little bit too ambitious for me. I'm kind of looking a little bit of short term. I personally think that if we can win 4 or 5 out of the next 6 games, I think that'll put us in a great position for the hunt during the playoffs. All right, guys, thank you so much for checking out my video. Once again, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you guys haven't to leave me any kind of feedback. I really appreciate it. I should be having the recap probably on Monday morning. Until next time, Raider Nation,